Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew, addressed the ongoing EU CELAC summit on Tuesday, July 18th, when he, among other things, called for greater multilateral cooperation to combat the challenging effects of climate change. Prime Minister Dr. Drew said the EU CELAC in Brussels, Belgium summit comes at a time when the world is grappling with the existential threat of climate change. Prime Minister Drew assured the world leaders that his administration is doing all that is necessary to transform St. Kitts and Nevis into a country that is climate resilient. He said to combat existential threats and ensure a just transition, St. Kitts and Nevis is committed to climate resilience, geothermal-based energy security, food security, expanded social protection, and finding innovative ways of uprooting systemic poverty, as well as the increasing national security threats which are indirectly linked to failing livelihoods caused by the climate crisis. Thus, they have developed the Sustainable Island State Agenda. To achieve these goals, however, Prime Minister Dr. Drew said there is a greater need for access to funding. He reiterated his government's support of the innovative approaches which the Bridgetown Initiative advocates. The Bridgetown Initiative is a three-step proposal that seeks to reform the world of development finance, particularly looking at how wealthier nations can help small island developing states cope with and adapt to climate change. The construction of homes as part of the Bayview Gardens housing development at Rice's Village in Gingerland has commenced. Minister with responsibility for lands and housing, the Honourable Eric Evelyn, recently made that disclosure.
Sometime back, we would have launched 4 housing projects: Hamilton, Craddock Road, Cherry Gardens, and Rice's. And I'm very pleased to indicate that the project there at Rice's, which is the Bayview Gardens, we have started 4 houses there. We have 8 houses allotted to that development, and we have started 4.
Minister Evelyn, who is the chairman of the board of directors of the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation, says the corporation continues to try to meet the need for housing on the island.
And I want to make this special appeal to persons who are making application for the houses from the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation, because normally we are overwhelmed. We are swamped with applications. But I want to let persons know that there is a process. And so once you would have made the application, it does not necessarily mean that you will get a house. You have to make the application. Once you get an offer, you have to go to the bank. The bank will tell you whether or not they can proceed and process the loan, and it takes a while. So if we have offers out, if we have 20 houses to be built and we have 20 offers out, those 20 offers will take time before we can, if those persons do not get through, then it takes time before we can start the process for some other persons. So I want persons, please to have patience. We will try as much as possible to get to you once we have space.
The Honourable Eric Evelyn speaking during statements by ministers at the July 6th sitting of the Nevis Island Assembly. Still to come, persons with passion for music and creativity invited to participate in St. Kitts and Nevis Song Competition. The details after this break.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023. From Wetfest to Food Fair, from Queen Show to Juve, Culturama 49, so you must be here.
From July 27th to August 8th, join us in Nevis for the Caribbean's greatest summer line, Culturama 49.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023. 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 49 years of mass.
Welcome back. Individuals and groups with a passion for music and creativity are invited to participate in the St. Kitts and Nevis Song Competition. By participating in this song competition, music producers and artists have the opportunity to craft a promotional masterpiece that will captivate audiences and serve as a powerful marketing tool for St. Kitts and Nevis. All entrants must be citizens by birth or have been residing in the Federation for a minimum of 12 months leading up to the entry deadline of the competition and must be 16 years or older. Entrants may consist of soloists or groups. Producers must be St. Kitts and Nevis citizens who reside within the Federation or the diaspora. Entries can revolve around any theme but must possess the power to unite the nation, evoke a sense of unity, inspire and foster national pride. The song must include the words St. Kitts and Nevis. Submissions must be received via email to independenceskn@gmail.com by 8 p.m. on August 31st, 2023. The grand prize for the St. Kitts and Nevis Song Competition is $10,000. Visit the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service Facebook page for guidelines. The following is a notice from the Premier's Ministry in the Nevis Island Administration. The general public is invited to submit nominations for the conferring of awards in the categories of the Order of National Hero, the Star of Merit, or the Medal of Honor. Nomination forms may be obtained from the Premier's Ministry on the top floor of the Social Security Building at Pinnis Estate. Forms are to be completed and accompanied by a detailed profile of the nominee and is submitted to the Cabinet Secretary, Prime Minister's Office, Government Headquarters, Church Street, Bastyr, St. Kitts. Nominations can also be submitted via the link on your screen. The deadline for submission is July 31st, 2023. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.
Tune into NNC on NTV. Don't worry if you don't have cable either. NNC will bring the news to you wherever you are. Facebook and Facebook Live. YouTube and YouTube Live. NevisTVOnline.com. Roku app, NTV mobile app, Smart TV, Apple TV, and any other IPTV platforms. When me ANC and you ANC, NNC.